From ABC 7, live breaking news.
And good evening, I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. Breaking news tonight, Hurricane Helene has made landfall on the Florida coast as a Category 4 storm. Very powerful, pushing water levels to the highest level ever in Tampa Bay.
Just look at that. There are 140-mile-per-hour sustained winds and even higher gusts in the Big Bend region. There are a number of downed trees and power lines. More than 1 million customers are without power in Florida. That could last days or even weeks.
At least 3 people have died so far, 1 in Florida, 2 in Georgia. The Weather Service warns of an unsurvivable storm surge. The water level could climb to 20 feet.
And we do have a live picture for you tonight. Take a look. Jacksonville, this camera's been bouncing around throughout the night. You can see it is still gusty there.
It is. ABC 7 News meteorologist Sandy Patel is here. She's following the storm, tracking it very closely. Sandy, really packing a punch.
Absolutely. And Dan and Amma, they were warned this would be catastrophic and life-threatening, and it is playing out. This one is for the history books. That live picture, once again, from Jacksonville, Florida. You can see how windy it is right now. Looking at live Doppler 7, it has weakened. Hurricane Helene, you will notice, is moving into Georgia right now, packing winds of 90 miles an hour. It is racing to the north-northeast at 26 miles an hour. It did make landfall earlier tonight as a Category 4. Look at the winds right now. Gusts to 47 at Tallahassee, 37 in Orlando. So pretty windy in the region. They have tornado warnings and flash flood warnings up at this hour. Storm damage is just multiplying. Dozens of reports of flooding and wind damage with this storm. As we look at the track here, expected to become a Category 1 as it continues to move across Georgia and then eventually weaken across the Tennessee Valley. The biggest things with this one is this Category 4, 140-mile-an-hour winds when it actually made landfall in Florida's Big Bend area. It's the strongest hurricane there on record since 1851. Dan and Amma.
Let's go, Oakland.
I don't have words to express how it feels.
There were tears today, and lots of them.
It's my first love.
The A's taking the field one last time at the Oakland Coliseum. 57 seasons of baseball, countless memories.
It's somber. It's very sad. You know, piece of your childhood, piece of your adult life.
It's brutal. I mean, it's devastating.
The A's sent fans home with one last win, and then it all sunk in. This is the end.
When Kate started that final Let's Go Oakland chance, it just hit that they're leaving, they're not coming back.
Let's go, Oakland!
Wow, what a day, you know. That's it. Nearly 47,000 people packed the Coliseum for the last A's game in Oakland ever.
There were hugs, cheers, and of course plenty of tears as fans of the green and gold said farewell to the team they love.
The day got started with some of the A's greats of years past. Dave Stewart and the legendary Rickey Henderson throwing out the first pitch.
Then it was time for the national anthem. Who better to sing it than Cy Young award-winning pitcher turned musician Barry Zito.
Oh, say, can you see?
At our first date here at the A Stadium. This is the end of an era. This is a marker of the beginning of our relationship, the continuation, and baseball is everything.
Let's go! Man, I just started a wave, and it went around twice.
The finality of the day was on clear display during the 7th inning stretch as everyone in the Coliseum stood and sang as one for the final rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Been a good run. A lot of good memories.
For the nice games you've given us all those years. Now I cry. Thank you very much to everybody for coming over today.
She's so sweet.
I know she is. That's tough to watch.
Sports director Larry Beal is here now.
Yeah, and we've known this has been coming, Larry, and it's tough to watch when it's here, but at least we went out with a win. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, there was a nice feel at the end there for that, but I have to say, just, we've been covering this all day. As a viewer watching the piece you guys put together, I was like, oh, it's sad. But what we saw today was the exact reason the A's should not be leaving Oakland, because you had almost 47,000. Those fans bringing energy, bringing passion and love for their green and gold. Final play of the game. Mason Miller gets the ground out to Max Schumann, who throws across the Coliseum diamond one last time as the A's beat Texas 3-2. Miller threw that pitch 104 miles an hour, so the fastest pitch in Coliseum history was the very last one. Who got the final ball put in play? Ricky Henderson, which seems appropriate since they were playing on Ricky Henderson Field. Schumann, the third baseman, said he had a premonition he would be involved in that final play.
Had a really weird feeling that I was going to get the ball there. That's just how baseball is, So, I mean, I was ready for it. It means a lot to me.
Do you know where it ended up after it got to time?
Yeah, I think it got in Ricky's hands. Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. That guy's a legend. So, I mean, the field is named after him for a reason, right?
I mean, it's an honor that I think any pitcher would love to have, and I think just being able to say that and have that for the rest of my career, no matter where it takes me, that's always going to be a moment I look back on and treasure.
And I ask you for one more time to start the greatest cheer in baseball. Let's go!
The A's may move, but we will never, ever see a day like today in Sacramento or Las Vegas. Not gonna happen. That connection between the fans and the team, that takes decades to build. And now it's gone.
It's a good point. We'll never see that again.
No, I mean, they're going to do a pit stop in Sacramento. Las Vegas doesn't care. I spent so much time in Las Vegas last year. They don't care about the A's. I can state that positively.
All right. Well, Larry, thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, the end of the Oakland A's feels like a funeral for many fans today. So one brewery decided to host a wake for everyone to have some booze to wash away their sorrows. People got together at Line 51 to say their final goodbyes to the team. They had a tombstone pin giveaway for the first 200 fans, and it was sponsored by the Last Dive Bar, which was selling a bunch of merch at the event. It wasn't all sad, though. They brought out a DJ and some barbecue to celebrate. The A's played 57 seasons at the Oakland Coliseum, starting in 1968. They won a total of 4 World Series, 3 straight during the 1970s. Then in 1989, they swept the Giants.
The A's are the only franchise other than the Yankees to win 3 in a row. They also won their division 17 times. There's this bit of history. The Coliseum has hosted 12 games where a team was no hit. 3 of them were perfect games where the pitcher did not allow a runner to reach base. That is the 3rd most of any baseball stadium.
He did it! Dallas Braden has thrown a perfect game!
And our coverage of the A's final game of the Coliseum continues on our website. Visit abc7news.com for a complete recap of today's game and all of the special moments.
We have a lot on our site for you, but let's move on to some other news here. This is a story we've been following this week, a dog dying of heat stroke in Pleasanton. Today, the owner reached out to ABC 7 News reporter Lauren Martinez with his side of the story.
New details are being revealed about how a dog ended up on an apartment balcony and died of heat stroke. The incident happened on Tuesday afternoon in Pleasanton. Video from a concerned neighbor shows the dog in distress. Neighbors called for help and police responded, but they were too late.
The dog's owner contacted me Thursday and we spoke on the phone. He didn't feel comfortable going on camera, but shared a statement with ABC 7.
I am heartbroken by the recent loss of my dear Zanae. This unbelievable tragedy struck unexpectedly, stemming from her learned behavior of letting herself onto the balcony for fresh air and sunbathing, a skill I taught her to help her move around freely and assumed no danger. It's difficult to comprehend how something so innocent could lead to such a devastating outcome. I want to clarify that she was not let out and forgotten outside. I received a call from my leasing office at 11:59 a.m., informing me she was on the patio and did not indicate there were signs of distress. Despite my frantic rush home, I couldn't save her in time. I am grateful to everyone who reached out to law enforcement, animal control, and the leasing office for their support.
As we see in this case, the guardian is saying this was a tragedy that was unexpected and would have been grateful for someone to intervene if they could.
We spoke with local animal rights groups about what are a bystander's rights to rescue an animal in distress. In this case, Zane was on a 4th-floor balcony, and someone would have needed to trespass.
So California's right to rescue bill is specific to rescuing animals you see overheating in a vehicle. Legal necessity says you can break a minor law to prevent a greater harm, like saving someone's life, human or otherwise, but the necessity defense hasn't been applied to non-human animals yet.
If that had been a toddler who had been on that balcony, you would be praised as a hero for going and rescuing them.
In a statement Thursday, police said they also concluded the dog let itself out onto the balcony. Investigators say there were no previous calls about animal welfare to that apartment. In Pleasanton, Lauren Martinez, ABC 7 News.
New developments tonight out of Napa with a shooting we've been following throughout the day for you. Police say a man and a woman died. They were found outside a home on Lincoln Avenue. Again, in Napa, investigators say the suspect shot himself during a standoff with officers but survived and was taken into custody. He is now at a hospital being treated.
We are getting new details on the CAL FIRE firefighter accused of setting several fires in the North Bay. What we've learned about his history.
And she thought she was helping her grandson. Instead, she lost tens of thousands of dollars to scammers. A 7 on Your Side investigation you really don't want to miss.
First, a look at what's coming up tonight on Jimmy Kimmel Live right after ABC 7 News at 11. Jimmy.
Thanks, Dan and Alma. Watch tonight and you'll wake up with thicker, fuller hair.
You and Molly gonna come and hang out with Sam L. Jackson, his wife.
Really?
Latanya, and we're gonna have
I don't have to Photoshop myself into your pictures anymore?
Not next summer.
Oh, my God.
Good morning.
You deserve a better day. We all do.
Better believe better days start with ABC 7 Mornings.
It's a good day to have a better day.
ABC 7 Mornings. Join us weekdays starting at 5.
Hey, let's go somewhere fun with AAA. Let's go for a night on the town. No kids. Let's go for a weekend away. Okay, let's bring the kids. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, your membership to go. The City Hall insiders have a formula. Grow the system, exploit the system. Take Mark Farrell's record. After receiving the largest ethics fine in city history for breaking campaign laws, Mark authorized a commission almost every year he was in office. He was even caught taking donations from people he would then appoint to commissions, including a felon convicted of bribery. San Francisco's challenges demand urgency, not more of the same failed insiders.
Celebrating 20 years at the NorCal Ren Fair, weekends at Casa de Fruta, September 14th through October 20th. Enjoy the shows, fine food, and Artisans Marketplace. Kids 12 and under are free. Go to NorCalRenFair.com for tickets. Huzzah!
There are many benefits to living in California, but there are also risks. Recently, the state has experienced multiple earthquakes and wildfires, which remind us that it's best to be prepared. The California Department of Aging offers resources to help start the conversation and information about the services available for older adults. We encourage all older adults to be prepared ahead of time. Have a go bag with essential supplies and a stay box with essential supplies, a 7-day supply of medication, a plan for your pets, and an emergency plan that includes an exit route, securing transportation if needed, labeling assistive devices, and how to contact family. It's also important that older adults sign up for free emergency alerts, connect with neighbors about how to help each other, and talk with caregivers and family about emergency plans. Visit aging.ca.gov to learn more.
The ABCs of Aging is sponsored by the California Department of Aging.
New details about the Cal Fire firefighter suspected of setting several fires in the North Bay. State officials have confirmed the man was previously incarcerated and participated in a firefighting program. This was while he was serving time for a 2016 fatal DUI crash. By the end of 2020, he had served his time and had completed parole. Then last Friday, he was arrested in Healdsburg for the arson allegations. A spokesperson for the California Department of Corrections said in part, quote, "We strongly condemn the actions of any individual that endanger our communities and undermine the valuable contributions of fire camp participants."
All right, this story is so heartbreaking and really a cautionary tale. An elderly East Bay resident lost about $50,000 to a scam, and tonight she's warning you about the call she believes she received from her grandson and why there's no way to get her money back now. ABC 7 News I-Team reporter Melanie Woodrow has this 7 on Your Side story.
83-year-old Lois, who asked that we not use her last name, was home on a Friday night when
a man said, "I have your grandson." He was so distraught and crying.
Through sobs, she said he explained,
"I've had too many beers. I drove the wrong way up a one-way street. I hit a car, and I got arrested. Don't tell anyone. Promise me. Not even family."
Lois promised and also agreed to help with the $9,500 bail.
And he said, "Well, the court has devised an easy way for people to pay for bail because a check takes too long to get there, so they have an account with Coinstar."
Coinstar. You may have seen these machines in local markets like Safeway. That's exactly where the caller sent Lois after she stopped off at the bank. One by one, she fed $100 bill after $100 bill into the machine, taking crypto account instructions from someone on the other end of the phone. The next day, another call, this time saying the prosecutor had added more charges and raised her grandson's bail by another $15,000.
The extra charges are because the woman in the car that he hit had suffered a miscarriage.
Back to the machine she went, putting in $100 bill after $100 bill.
It took me over an hour. Every $10,000, it prints a receipt.
And then a third call. This time it would be another $25,000 for attorney's fees and court costs.
What was I to do then? Just say, "Oh, I'm going to abandon him"? I couldn't do that.
Lois says people tried to warn her, including bank managers who asked why she was taking out so much money.
I said, "Oh, I've been to an estate sale and they won't take a check, so that's why I have to get cash." They were like, "Are you sure?" I mean, they tried.
The Coinstar machine itself had warnings.
"If you think you're being defrauded, stop." Well, I couldn't stop.
And even another Safeway shopper who saw Lois standing here for far too long tried to warn her.
"Are you sure this is not a scam?" And I said, no, I'm fine. And she said, "I think you should check on this."
It was that warning that finally prompted her to try texting her grandson.
"Hi, how are you? How are you doing?" And he replied, "Doing fine. How are you?"
After she spoke to him, she called her daughter Lisa.
She said, "I want you to sit down. Something horrible has happened."
I'd heard of it before, but when it actually happened to me, it never occurred to me that it was a scam.
It's hard to believe that there are people out there who basically are making a living out of scamming older people.
Lisa says she spent 4 days trying to get a person from CoinMe on the phone.
Very difficult.
In an email, the company apologized to Lois, but explained due to the nature and design of cryptocurrency, the transactions are irreversible, and CoinMe no longer has the funds in custody. A sentiment the company echoed in an emailed statement to 7 on Your Side Investigates, writing in part, quote, "While we work hard to protect our customers through multiple full-screen warnings at various stages of the transaction process, we understand the emotional manipulation scammers use to deceive individuals. In cases like this, transactions are instantly sent outside of CoinMe's platform, making the funds unrecoverable." CoinMe also told 7 on Your Side Investigates it permanently closed the scammers' accounts.
They just destroy people's lives. They're despicable people.
Lois suggests families have a secret password or phrase with loved ones should they ever call with an unlikely story or plea for help.
Well, maybe it won't happen to someone else.
For 7 on Your Side Investigates, Melanie Woodrow, ABC 7 News.
We are celebrating a very special honor for a member of our ABC 7 team. Tonight, San Francisco Mayor London Breed and other city leaders, you see her there, co-hosted the 2024 Latino Heritage Month celebration and award ceremony. And our very own ABC 7 News reporter, Leah Melendez, received the Dolores Huerta Award for her many contributions to local journalism. Leanne, who grew up in Puerto Rico, joined ABC 7 in June of 1994 as a general assignment reporter. And really, she has brought so many years of experience to our newsroom, covering everything from breaking news to homelessness to education. And come on, we're just naming a few. So congratulations, Leanne. Well-deserved, and what a great honor for her.
So well-deserved. She's one of a kind, an incredible person on the air and off, and just
real.
Just real, and what a great contribution she's made to this profession. Way to go, Leanne.
Okay, we need to turn to our weather because we have some serious things going on in the southeast.
Yeah, very intense. Florida, Georgia, Hurricane Helene. Meteorologist Sandy Patel tracking a Category 4, Sandy.
Yeah, it was a Category 4 when it made landfall near the Big Bend area, Dan and Alma, earlier tonight. But right now, it is a Category 1. Here's a look at the stats. Winds are 90 miles an hour, moving to the north-northeast at 26. Gusts to 99 miles an hour have been reported. Storm surge near 10 feet. Over 1 million customers in Florida out of power. Now, here's what we're expecting. Up to 20-foot storm surge, 6 to 12 inches of rain, isolated 20, risk of tornadoes. Right now from the National Hurricane Center, it is weaker, but it's a life-threatening situation in that area. So as we take a look one more time at that live picture from Florida, you can see just how dicey this view is with the wind and the rain. Our view, quite a different story from our Mount Tamcam, the city by the bay. Very quiet. Winds are actually quite light, and there's very little, if any, fog out there, just a couple of patches. High pressure in control of our weather. Today we saw the warmer conditions, upper 80s for the warmest spots. It will build westward as we head towards tomorrow, and the temperatures are just going to soar. You're going to notice we're going to get up in close to about 100 degrees inland, so upper 90s. Live Doppler 7 right now. Clear skies here, but Monterey has a few patches of fog. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s for most of you, unless you get above around Ukiah and the Clear Lake area where they're in the 70s. Many areas are still running a few degrees above average, above 24 hours ago, 9 degrees right now in Concord. Here's a look at your planner for tomorrow morning. While most of you wake up to clear skies, there will be patchy fog. 50s, 60s. Temperatures rising at noontime into the 60s to 80s, and it's a warm to hot Friday. We're talking 60s to 90s, clear and starlit later on in the evening. Speaking of, that's the view from our Sutro Tower camera. It is clear. Tomorrow heating up. Weekend weather cooler and near average temperatures, and early next week the summer-like heat is back. So let's go and look at your morning temperatures. They're going to be in the 50s and 60s. A few patches of fog around first thing tomorrow morning. Quickly getting hot inland. 96 in Morgan Hill, 98 in Gilroy, 92 San Jose. On the peninsula, you're looking at 89 in Redwood City, 69 in Half Moon Bay, downtown San Francisco, 79 degrees, 76 in the Sunset District, mid-90s Santa Rosa, Sonoma, Stinson Beach, 78 along with Sausalito. Heading into the East Bay, 84 Oakland, 92 Castro Valley. Inland areas will get hot, 98 Livermore, 97 degrees in Concord. Here's a look at the AccuWeather 7-day forecast. It is going to be a warm to hot one tomorrow. Cooling begins over the weekend, close to average temperatures, and then early next week, it's going to sizzle once again. Upper 90s to low 100s inland. Hottest day will be Tuesday, 70s at the coast. It's going to be beach weather. Temperatures do moderate midweek, and then it's noticeably cooler by Thursday. Okay. On Dan.
All right. Sandy, thanks so much.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, fam, this is going to be our best season yet. Let's get down to it.
If you've been hurt in an accident, who you choose to represent you matters. Being part of your community matters. Their winning record and level of care matters. The trial attorneys at Sweet James are some of the best in the country, consistently delivering some of the top settlements in the state. Not only do we win big. So if you're injured in an accident and results matter, call a hometown firm that delivers. Call Sweet James.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. You told us you love stargazing, almost as much as you hate parallel parking. That heavy right foot of yours? We got you. The Lexus ES didn't begin in a studio, it began with you.
Get special offers on select Lexus ES models.
The internet in America sucks. You pay too much. Your internet speeds are some of the slowest in the world. you get lousy customer service. Sonic is changing all that. We offer the fastest fiber internet speeds for the lowest price. We provide award-winning customer service you can count on. We are bringing America's internet up to speed. Try America's fastest, most affordable internet today.
Some say it's impossible to fix San Francisco. They also said you couldn't escape from Alcatraz. But watch me do both. Other candidates want to tear down San Francisco, but I'll build on what's already great to make it even better. With expanded rent control, new homes for the middle class, community policing to reduce crime, and an inspector general to root out corruption. Let's get to work.
Paid for by Aaron Peskin for Mayor 2024. Financial disclosures are available at sfethics.org.
It's time to get away and cash in at Cache Creek Casino Resort. To rock and to roll. To go all out or go all in. With 4 stars and rising stars, Northern California's premier casino resort is the perfect place to do as much or as little as you want. Make your getaway now and cash in at Cache Creek Casino Resort.
Tuesday night, watch the vice presidential debate live on ABC.
A special night tonight honoring some of the leaders in the broadcasting industry. Broadcasting and Cable inducted new members into its Hall of Fame tonight in New York City.
And our own Spencer Christian there to help celebrate some of our ABC colleagues. Here's Spencer. Among the people inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight, George Stephanopoulos, ESPN's Dick Vitale, and Deborah O'Connell, the president of the news group and networks for the Walt Disney Company, which is, of course, the parent company of ABC7. Congratulations, one and all, and good job, Spencer.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, one last look at the A's wrapping up 57 seasons in Oakland.
It all ended today, and sports director Larry Beal is back. Larry.
Dan Ama, this was a day fans will never, ever forget, as the diehards try to soak up and savor every last moment of A's baseball. We'll show you how it ended next in sports.
New tonight, Magic Johnson joins Kimmel with a big surprise.
I'm inviting you and your wife to come on the yacht next summer with us.
I'm almost near tears.
Plus, Dr. Odyssey's Joshua Jackson and music from Miles Smith. New Kimmel tonight on ABC.
Stop dreaming.
Experience the high-tech magnificence of an all-electric Mercedes-Benz SUV. Visit your Mercedes-Benz dealer for special offers on select EV models.
This is Tony, and this is Tony's Good Feet story.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job. Before my arch supports, I felt defeated. But since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I'm more positive.
Clinically proven, significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Maybe it's your mom, the kids next door, or even you. 15 million Californians have health care because of Medi-Cal, but budget cuts have left patients waiting months just to see a doctor. That's why voting yes on Prop 35 is so important. It guarantees healthcare funding that can't be redirected. So we train more healthcare workers and keep hospitals and ERs open. Yes on 35 protects Medi-Cal for the ones you care about the most.
Discover this amazing place where the magic of harvest season comes alive in our walkable fairy tale village with 18 friendly tasting rooms pouring award-winning Monterey County wines and over 60 inspiring restaurants inviting you to explore this food and wine paradise. Visit Carmel by the Sea, a storybook kind of place. Book hotel specials at carmelcalifornia.com.
Everyone knows a guy like Daniel Lurie. Inherited a fortune, thinks he's qualified for anything. A trust fund guy. But let's look at Daniel's record. Lurie said he would cut homelessness in half. He didn't. And the organization he ran wasted millions on concerts. Their shoddy construction work led to faulty plumbing, exposed wires, and fires. And one of his programs was even referred to the FBI for criminal investigation. Want to clean up London Breed's mess? Don't trust the trust fund guy. Vote no on Daniel Lurie.
ABC 7 Sports, sponsored by River Rock Casino.
Good evening. We knew this day was coming, but the impact still hit so hard as diehard A's fans saw their team play in Oakland for the final time today. Next stop, Sacramento, maybe Vegas after that if they ever get there. A's and Rangers, the finale. Two Oakland icons, Ricky Henderson and Dave Stewart, throwing out the ceremonial first pitches. Awesome seeing them. Former A's Cy Young Award winner Barry Zito sang the national anthem for the very first time. Imagine how nerve-wracking that would be. Bottom five, little Coliseum luck. Where's the ball? It's lost in the sun. J.J. Bleday, the fly ball that Wyatt Langford couldn't make the play on. So it was 3-0 A's, 3-2 in the seventh. Bleday, play of the day. Diving to prevent extra bases, igniting the crowd for the final few innings. In the ninth, the final out, Mason Miller gets Travis Jankowski to ground out. Miller was throwing 104 miles an hour. A's win 3-2. Here's how it sounded on the radio with Ken Korak.
He throws in, it's swung on and hit to third. He was left up with it. Schumann, he turns, he throws, and the A's have won it. Mason Miller slams the door on the Rangers as the curtain comes down on 57 incredible years of A's baseball at the Coliseum.
Just all around today, it just felt special. For like almost 47,000 people here, the energy was, crazy. It felt like they were behind us the whole game. It was awesome, and to get that final out and hear, the crowd go wild, it was really cool.
This is where home began, and this is hopefully where home finishes. I couldn't be more proud to represent this organization on this day, and be able to honor it in a way that we did with the win.
There's really, really good people here who, like I've said, who care about us as players, but also as people. And to see them hurting, definitely gets in your feels a little bit.
Steph Curry and the Warriors holding the first week of training camp in Hawaii, culminating with an exhibition game against the Clippers. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr on what he is expecting in the islands.
I really want to instill grit and toughness, and nothing can define that more than Mai Tais and sunsets and luau's.
Mai Tais and luau's. Steve, let me know what time I need to be over. Sports on ABC 7 is sponsored by River Rock Casino, and we will be right back.
Play for a chance to win a new Cadillac CT5 on September 28th.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $7,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
The City Hall insiders have a formula. Grow the system, exploit the system. Take Mark Farrell's record. After receiving the largest ethics fine in city history for breaking campaign laws, Mark authorized a commission almost every year he was in office. He was even caught taking donations from people he would then appoint to commissions, including a felon convicted of bribery. San Francisco's challenges demand urgency, not more of the same failed insiders.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Have you always had trouble losing weight and keeping it off? Same.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
Wegovy.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
Wegovy helps you lose weight and keep it off.
I'm reducing my risk.
Wegovy is the only FDA-approved weight management medicine that's proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events in adults with known heart disease and with either obesity or overweight.
Wegovy shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis pancreatitis, and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
And I'm lowering my CV risk.
That's the power of winning.
Check your cost and coverage before talking to your healthcare professional about Wegovy.
Tomorrow morning on GMA.
Let's give the people what they want.
Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix on GMA.
Sounds good.
Gaga, Joaquin, and GMA.
I didn't want it to end.
Tomorrow morning on Good Morning America.
That is it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley for Sandy Patel, Larry Beal, all of us. We appreciate your time. Stay tuned now because coming up next on Jimmy Kimmel, the one and only Magic Johnson.
Have a great night.